No again. Every so often, at the end of a year, newspapers or television programs will nominate some word or phrase which has come to sum up the previous 12 months. A catchphrase, if you like. This year, there can be little doubt that the expression which encapsulates so many of our problems and difficulties will surely be the dreaded backlog. A few years ago, one would occasionally hear of a backlog of work in this or that special situation, either at work or in the public sphere. Such cases were rare, though, and the word was used sparingly. Now, it appears every day in connection with an ever-increasing number of fields for which the government is or should be responsible. Why can't we get a referral for a hip replacement? That would be due to a backlog of cases with which the NHS is dealing. Why are there so many hotels full of asylum seekers costing billions of pounds a year? That would be the backlog of claims for asylum. How come it takes years to bring an accused rapist to court and deliver justice to his victim? Well, you see, there's a backlog of criminal cases waiting to be dealt with. Any problem or delay in the business of government or the state is attributed automatically to these various backlogs. Often the real reason is that civil servants, doctors, police officers and lawyers simply see no reason to get a move on to expedite matters. After all, they'll draw their salaries just the same, no matter how many days they choose to spend working at home and so on. The Soviets had an expression for this idleness and sloth on the part of government officials. They called it oblomovism, after the eponymous hero of Goncharov's novel. The problem is, though, that these supposed backlogs are now threatening the very fabric of our nation and pose a danger to our liberty and indeed our very lives. Consider, if you will, the solution now being proposed to deal with the backlog of criminal cases. What is causing all the delays? Well, it must be the right to a trial by jury. Why not speed up and streamline the process by doing away with juries for most cases and allow a professional judge to decide if an accused person is innocent or guilty? That way, things are apt to move along at a good deal more brisker pace, without all those lengthy deliberations by juries which waste so much of a court's time. Just bring in the defendant, pronounce him guilty and send him to prison, and the whole job can be over in an hour or two. In the description to this video, I give a link to a newspaper article which alerts us to this terrible danger, which is now being openly discussed by, among others, the Lord Chancellor. It would apply even to serious crimes such as assaulting a police officer, and the right to a trial by a jury of one's peers would vanish out of the window. In this way, 700 years of English tradition would fly out the window at once, just to deal with one of these famous backlogs. What about the backlog of asylum seekers clogging up the hotels? Hey, why not announce an amnesty and perhaps streamline the process of granting asylum to those turning up in this country illegally? That would prevent any further backlogs building up. The backlog is thus being used to justify measures which nobody voted for, which didn't form any part of the manifesto of any political party, but which our political class, both Labour and Conservative, would be happy to see implemented. The backlog thus furnishes our masters with a brilliant excuse for riding a coach and horses through the Constitution and doing whatever they please in the name of efficiency. The next time you see mention of some backlog, be suspicious. It is likely to be a stalking horse for some dangerous scheme designed to rob us of our ancient liberties or accelerate some undesirable process, such as mass immigration.